She was there to get water, and what did she do? She left her water jug by the well and ran into the village full of the people who despised her, rejected her, wanted nothing to do with her. But why did she do that? Because Jesus was at that well for her. And I knew abortion wasn't the answer, but I really didn't feel like I had any other choice. I told my mom I was pregnant. I was 18, so I didn't have to tell anybody. But I told her, can I really go through with this? And I asked my mom, I said, if I can't go through with this, will you support me? But it was there in that abortion clinic that my life changed forever. I remember sitting with that psychologist and just sobbing and saying, I don't want to do this, but I have to. I don't want to do this, but I have to. When I was by myself for a moment, that I said to Jesus, I said, God, my life is so screwed up and I need you. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't tidy. It was me finally admitting, after I had stiff-armed God as a church kid for so many years, it was me finally seeing I needed him. And it was, Lord, keep me from doing this because I can't keep myself from doing this. For I know the plans I have for Christine, plans to prosper her and not to harm her, plans to give her a future and a hope. And you guys, I believed that. And that is what I needed to hear that day, was that my life wasn't over and that God had a plan for me as a teen mom and had a plan for my baby, even when everything around me seemed to be falling apart. God just used one of the most rejected people in this community to become an evangelist, to share the good news that only he saves, that only he gives living water, that only he takes our stories of rejection and brokenness and suffering and can make it good and redeem it. My daughter, Courtney, who's in a wheelchair there, she went home to Jesus 2 years ago. And my son, Kevin, although he looks really little, he was adopted from El Salvador. He's going to be 21. He came home to us as an 18-pound 9-year-old. So I am a special needs mom. And so as I tell you today about Capernaum, my why is that I know that this is an unreached people group, and how he was going to use someone like Court, who can't talk, can't walk, and that the world would tell them, you're broken, you're worthless, you have no purpose, right? But yeah, God promises us in his word, in the Bible, that his best work is done in our weakness. I prayed that over her every night. I prayed it with her through the day she died. Because see, the Bible tells us that and says, do not be afraid, because he knows the number of hairs on our head. Nobody knows us like that but Jesus. And the Bible declares that over and over and over again, that God is in control, that God made us and created us with purpose. Over every hard thing, it is going to make you ask hard questions, and that's okay. It has changed me as a mom. It has changed me as a caregiver. It has changed me as an advocate. Perfection is gross to people. We cannot relate to perfection. What is our worth and value? It's the blood of Jesus. That is how much we are worth to God. He sent his one and only Son to die for us. How much more could he show us our worth and our value to him?